album, or is that a song that's already out? Where are we? 11th and 12th again. Grande Groove Edition 1. Push to the limit, Lightfoot, Soft Ties. And Grande Groove 2 and 3. So they're all the... So, Grand Groove is the names of your albums, right? That you've got already out. So you've got Grand Groove 1, 2, and 3. So that's the name of the albums, yeah, thought so. Nice. So we can listen to them now. So that's what the band is called the same. The band called the same. So Grand Groove. Okay. So do you produce music? Or do you create your own music and do your own rapping? Or are you like a producer of said music? We didn't change tires, never mind. Yeah, for more than 20... No, band. So Neo is a solo album, just me. So you were in a band and you've been... So you've been playing music for over 20 years. Dude, that's incredible. I wish... you're right. We got something common. Let me slow down this race. So, I'm a primary school teacher. So, like, for young children. And I'm currently in my school, right? I produce or I use music from others and collaborate in productions. Okay, cool. And I'm the music coordinator, so I'm in charge of the music curriculum. But it's very hard at the moment with COVID-19 because you can't sing and you can't play musical instruments. So all we're doing is like body percussion stuff, right? Playing with our bodies to make beats and rhythms and create. That's what we're gonna have to do. But that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna look into it. Like I saw it and I was like, wow. And I think I saw that you did music, right? And obviously you had a YouTube channel and it was quite popular. So I'm looking for this is a really tight battle in here. We're not really using these tires quite well. Let's go high. I haven't even given him, so I can see why Leclerc's falling down the order. He can now use some energy to get back through. Let's go high even with Charles, because Pierre is having a really good race. This is what I mean. Pierre is so streaky. Like, he can have a good race and then he can have a bad race. But yeah, man, we're definitely... So Neo is one that you produce. And Neo is the one we want to hear, right? It's all yours. It's on your own. So how do you go about like producing? Like, how do you get it like onto Spanish radio stations? Do you have to do the marketing to get it onto like Spanish radio stations so Spanish radio stations can play it? Like, how does that work? Like, how do you promote yourself? Is it like contacting radio stations, sending them the album and saying, can you please play this on X day when it's released? There's like new music potentially, or like, how does it work? Because that's something I don't know. I don't really know how that works. I'm not so much worried for that. Here in Spain, it's very difficult to live live from the music. I must have a regular job. Oh, I see. So it's like this for me, right? It's like a hobby, but a hobby that's not too bad, right? It's a hobby that yeah, it's a hobby. It's like this. Like, this is a hobby for me. Like, I'm a primary school teacher at the same time. I'd love to do this as a job. Well, maybe not play Twitch games, but pro hobby, yeah. But like the journalism side of things with Formula Rezone and the website and the magazine that we produce, like that's what I love. And this is just like a side project, right? And hopefully that I'm entertaining. I'm a bit tired from the end of work, but I'm trying not to get that. But the thing is, if I think if more people were here in chat, then I might be buzzing a little bit more. But otherwise, it's hard to like just talk in front of a camera and if no one's here. But when people are here, I'm much happier because then it's like having a conversation like we are at the moment, Crouchy. But yeah, it's exactly the same. Right, we need to pick Gasly because Gasly's having a tough race here. He was doing all right, but it seems like the pace is just nowhere. We'll pick Leclerc next time. But yeah, it's like, we've made some money from Formula Rezone, but not enough to live on. I wish it was enough to live on. And it's probably the same with you, like, you probably wish that it was enough to live on, right? Because that's what you want to do. I face it that is making music something that you want to do full time. I'm not making money from my music. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like a magazine that we're doing. We're not really making any money from that magazine, and people like the magazine, and we get decent reads. But it's with Formula E being so niche that getting people to become advertisers on it is difficult. We are 23rd. What is going on in 21st? I love the studio and the creative job. See, but the thing is, the best way to do it is to play live and get gigs and stuff. Have you ever had a gig? I'm assuming that you must have had a gig. Right? I'm assuming that you must have had a gig. Okay. What they like? Like, how awesome are they? Like, what's the biggest crowd that you played in front of? And I'm not, like, any number's pretty amazing, right? But what's, like, the biggest gig that you've had? I played in front of 10K several times. 18K, 18,000. Wow. That literally would fill the whole stadium of my favourite football team, Brentford. We built a new stadium for the start of the season. And, you know, that's 17,500. So you filled it. Big festivals. So that's really good. So that must be is that then a tad, do you find that tad annoying that you played in front of thousands of people and it's still not enough to make a living? Like, your albums on Spotify or downloads, do you know how many, like, downloads or what the top downloads that you've had for an album? Or is the numbers not that important to you? Because that's fine if the numbers aren't that important to you. That's cool, like... Yeah, for my level, I could try and live from this. So, are you miles off? Like, with Formula Rezone at the moment, we are miles off, like, living from it. But with your music career, are you, like, not far off? Like, do you just need something to go your way in order to, like, make a living out of it? Or do you consider yourself quite far away from actually, like, making a living and doing music full time? I don't like the feel I'm selling myself, but it's because of my philosophy, actually. I don't like to feel I'm selling myself. I suppose, yeah, it's different. It's like this for me right now, right? I'm selling myself to you, technically, by trying to be creative. Well, I say creative, but trying to be entertaining, right? And you need to get interested in this world, and I don't like it. Yeah, that's the same. It's not the same, bro. Yeah, I suppose it's a bit different. But yours is it's slightly different because, yeah, I suppose the music industry is tough, right? Whereas this is tough as well. But, like, I'm trying to entertain you, and then if you come back and stay, and then obviously then I build an audience. You real. Oh. And obviously then by you coming back, that shows that I've created some audience, right? But it's people coming back on a consistent basis. You know, some days are good, and you must be a little bit, yeah, you must be a little bit of a clown. Yeah, you have to be. That's the thing. But I'm quite good at doing that because I'm I can be a bit childish, and I make so many mistakes, and I think that's why some people, and I don't like this. I don't like and don't specially respect it. Hey Chris, how are you doing? We've just been talking to Crouch. It's been a really interesting conversation. We haven't really talked much about this race. We've just been talking life facts about Spanish music and stuff like. Oh, Gasly's tires are completely dead. He can box this lap. This race has been atrocious, Chris. This race has been atrocious. But yeah, I suppose it is different. I agree with you. It is different. But it's challenging. I think both worlds are challenging. Like with this, you want people to come back to your streams. You want people to say hi and then hit the follow button and subscribe and come back and so forth. So you feel that sense of growth. And I suppose you've had that because you've played in front of thousands of people. Like, I wish if my streams had 18,000 people, I'd be mad. So you've gone much further down the road, Crouchy, than I have. But it's interesting. But yeah, but Chris, Crouchy's a musician. He's been doing it for 20 years. Been doing it for 20 years. Somehow we're P10 with Gasly. I don't know how this has happened. We've got a bit of feel. I haven't really watched this race too much. But yeah, Crouchy's a musician. He does rap music. But he's been in a band for 20 years. And he's got a new album dropping in 10 days called Neo. And he's given us permission to listen to it. Which we will do. We'll definitely listen to some songs once the album is released. So we're looking forward to that. What's the band called? I think it's called Grand Groove. The Grand Groove was what the band was called. So those were his previous albums that he was in. But Neo, N-E-O, not Neo, like Neo, Formula 1 Neo. Neo is his new album that's coming out in a couple of days' time, 10 days. So next week. But yeah, it was nice. I appreciate the drop by, and it was nice to have the conversation, Crouchy. So feel free to chat. Chris, how's your day been? How's school? I take it, was it your first day back today, or second day back, or were you off to? I think you went to school today, right? Cool. Rap is probably my least favorite genre, but I'll check it out. Grand Groove was one. Nice. We'll have to check it out. We'll check it out one day. We'll do like a little promo, isn't it? Before the release of the album, we'll have a look. Tremonas was another. Nice. Tres Monas. That sounds like Tres Monos. I'm late. Don't worry, just Morello. You haven't really missed much. We're just, finishing 10th and 11th every race. Like, not much. All Gasly's going to run out of fuel. Low. Save fuel. Gasly. Leclerc. Save fuel. Save fuel. Oh, wait. We should be fine. Free Monkeys. Yeah, first day back was talking about what different sixth form and stuff had a pointless day today. It would be. It's all about rules, making sure you wash your hands, get that hand gel on, and stuff like that. And Free Monkeys. So Free Monkeys was the other one. That sounds like a good Tremonas is Free Monkeys. That's a good band name. Because there's a band called The Monkeys. Hey, hey, for the monkeys. Do the monkeying around. That song, I don't know if you've ever heard it. But the Monkeys were a bit of a bad. And they did I'm a Believer. Like that was in Shrek. If I try. And then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Yeah, that one. Well, I can't sing. You could probably sing much better than me, Crouchy. Remember the geography homework? I got 10 out of 10. Boom. Just, what was it on? What were the capital cities? I want to know the answers. What were the questions and what were the answers? I'm bare interested. I'd like to say I helped you. I transferred my brain knowledge to you, but I didn't help you whatsoever with your geography homework. Let's see if we can name them. What is the capital of England? Bangladesh, as my children would say.